Hey, welcome back. So I always do this where I go like, can you see this? Can you see this? And then I hold it up for a second, but so here it is. This is the quote. Can you see it? Focus, focus, focus. I don't know if you could see it, but it's the one. Oh, so it's not time to die yet. So see, look, like I have it on the book, and if I ever want to go back, I could just like look in the book. Oh, that's my quote. So anyway, I think that's cool. Ow, ow, ow. So that's why I did it. What time is it? Oh, wait. Okay. Ready? I'm gonna die here. Give me something, give me something. So, I was gonna talk about, my thing from last week about your, maybe I can try to also like refine what I mean. I don't know what I mean when I talk sometimes. I want a double guy. Give me a double guy. Brr, brr. Uh-oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm not ready for this. So the thing that I was thinking about that was kind of interesting was about me trying to be a good person. And I think that's like lowering the, I didn't think this through all the way, but like, and this is kind of distracting. The idea, I mean, I've talked about this concept before. This isn't exactly what I want to talk about, but I want to be a good person. Well, this is what I talked about last week. Like, Donald Trump has anxiety or whatever, or he did, but he overcame it. And he's happier now, but he's a worse person because he doesn't carry the anxiety with him. So I was trying to say, like, there needs to be a way to carry it with you, but not let it, like, weigh you down. I don't think that makes me, like, some amazing person to say that. I think it comes from a place of, like, trying to lower my risk of being a bad person. I know that doesn't really make sense. It makes sense in my head, but I need to explain it better. I'm freaking nailing these zombies. I got a good little thing going. I need a Dr. Freeze good. There he is. So whatever. Yeah, I'll just wait. It's about limiting risk of being a bad person. If I'm constantly changing, I don't risk being stuck, and stuck people are bad. That's not exactly what I want to say. Here's the important point. If I'm constantly changing, I don't risk being stuck. Well, that's not the important point, but it's closer to what I want to say. Maybe after these stupid zombies are done, I'll be able to think. I just realized it's about limiting risk of being a bad person. That's the important part. A huge wave, give me a break. Uh-oh, here they come, 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 come. I'm gonna put one right there. If you overcome your anxiety, it's harder to know. Okay, now we can think about it for a second. I guess I'm kind of looking at it like the wrong way. I mean, you don't need the anxiety with you. What you need is to analyze stuff, but just when you do it, just not hate yourself for like if you do something wrong. Like, okay, you did something wrong. My problem is like if I don't hate myself for doing something wrong, then I'm just probably gonna do it again. Why wouldn't, if I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal, don't worry, then I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal, don't worry. So then I might do it again. Oh, I need that guy. Let me try to get on a roll here. And what's the next note? I need one more note today. Sorry. I already did that one. I guess I could talk a little bit more about Native Americans. Yeah, the Guns and Germs book, I'll talk about that. And I never finished, Seaward's Folly, I want to talk about, I want to talk about Seaward's Folly. Okay, and now we are getting to a point of, like, I do have to kind of pay attention to win this stupid thing, and, I can't focus on the notes, so, like, I like this game, and it's been going well, but I think I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it for another week, but, whatever. If I die, I die. I guess I can't really explain it better than I thought I could. I liked the idea, like, it struck me, like, you're not being some amazing person by saying, like, oh, you need to be like Abraham Lincoln and carry your anxiety around. What I'm doing is just, my brain is naturally doing that to limit the risk of being a bad person, because it knows if it ever stops carrying that with it, it's gonna be Donald Trump. I don't know. He's gonna be, I guess the core of everything I am worried about is always bad people don't know that they're bad people. Most bad people don't. They think they're doing the right thing, and they're not. Why? This is something we learned in training this week, the 5 whys. So I guess let's use my new training to try to figure this out. So you start with the problem. What's the problem? The problem is, I don't want to be a bad person. Why? And then you ask why. No, this isn't gonna work. Whatever. Should I have put him so far up? I don't know. Uh-oh. Sorry. Give me a second. Give me a freaking second here. I lost it. I don't want to be a bad person. And I'm afraid of getting to the point where you are a bad person and you don't know, because that happens a lot. And that's the end of that. I don't know. That's just, and that's that. So yeah, let's talk about the book, whatever. I didn't do a good job with that. So the book is about, like, It's not my favorite book ever. I thought it would be more. So here's the thing. I'm not a super big anthropology person, I guess. I don't really care. I guess I do, but just not enough to like read a bunch of books about it. I mean, it's interesting, but it's not super interesting to read like a 1,000-page book about anthropology, which is what this is. I thought it would be more like history I can get behind, because it seems like there's always interesting iterations about on like what's happening in history, and like, oh, this happened and it like it happened before but now it's different. It's kind of cool. Okay, we're good. So that's it for today. That's all the progress I have to make. I don't know. Stripping. So anthropology, in a way, it's examining humanity on its most human level, but in another way, it feels like it's stripping humanity of everything that makes it interesting, like, and it's just being like, oh, we're just kind of super smart monkeys, which sometimes is smart to analyze, but sometimes it's like, well, you're kind of taking away the interesting stuff about what makes human people human. And he's just talking about like, oh, we were monkeys in Africa and we moved over here and we killed these animals, and it's like, okay, it's kind of interesting, but also kind of not. I don't know. But so the book, the main idea of the book is examining why certain civilizations in human history developed faster than others. Like, why did Europe develop faster than America? And he does a good job of like of trying to strip away like Eurocentric, like, oh, why is it good that we have civilization? Like, does civilization inherently mean good? Or is it just because we have like, whatever. He does a good job of explaining that stuff. The Native Americans, he was saying the Native Americans probably could have developed. So here's something that and he kind of directly referenced this kind of fallacy, which is that if the Native Americans were left alone, they never would have developed any technology higher than what they had, like spears and whatever. And the book says it's not true. It might have taken another 3,000 years. The reason why it would have taken so much longer, the reason he gives, like the main reason, is because the domestication of plants, which is kind of an interesting part of the book, because you don't really think about the domestication of plants. You think about the domestication of cows and stuff. But plants were definitely domesticated. Domestication of grains. And for some reason, the grain in America that could be domesticated, it was like harder. Like, we had acorns and stuff, and it was just like not working, and so it just took longer to domesticate that stuff. Like, it's possible, but it takes a lot of extra work. And he spends like 20 chapters explaining all that stuff, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but it is interesting. And maybe I'll pause there and I'll get, like, what's one more interesting thing? Um, well, this isn't super interesting, but I'll talk about something more interesting tomorrow. Finding the New World is kind of the craziest thing that's ever happened. Francisco Pizarro defeated an army of 80,000 Americans with just 200 soldiers because their weapons were so advanced. It's hard to imagine what that would even be like. Basically, Francisco Pizarro went to Mexico or whatever with 200 people, and they had their horses and guns and whatever. And they were having a meeting with Atahualpa or whoever it was. And they just kind of sabotaged him. And they killed a bunch of Americans. And then the Americans like didn't know what to do. They're just like, these are gods or demons or something, and they just went around killing them, and they couldn't do anything. And none of the Spanish soldiers died. They all lived, and they killed like thousands of Americans because they're like, what are these? After a couple years, like word got around the Americas that, okay, they have these gun things, and like they're like little bullets and they can hit you, so like just try to dodge them. But when they were first introduced, they're like, these are magic things. They're just like demons that can kill you by pointing at you, like like, so we can't fight them, we just have to run away. And if they come here, like, just don't even attack them, because maybe they'll show mercy on you, like they're gods. So I guess that's what it would be like if aliens came here, right? That's how we would react. So yeah, it wouldn't be like Independence Day. It would be like, if aliens had the technology to come here, they'd have the technology to kill all of us instantly if they wanted to. To us, it would seem that way. Like, maybe it would just be like super advanced guns, but to us, we'd be like, these are gods, they're magic, they can just point at you and kill you. So, but once we kind of learned about it, we'd be like, oh, it's just kind of like a laser beam that like does this special thing with atoms or whatever. But the first time they would come here, it would just be instant death, killing all of us if they wanted to. Which they might not. But see you tomorrow. Bye.